Growing calls on Capitol Hill for House Intelligence Committee Chairman Chairman Nunes to recuse himself from the investigation into possible links between the Trump campaign and Russia. Let's discuss now. Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell, a member of the committee, joins us now live. Good evening, sir. Thank you for coming on.
Good evening, Don.
As I said, you're on the House Intelligence Committee. You say the recent actions by the chairman, Chairman Nunes, are what a cover-up to a crime looks like. Those are your words. Why have you come to believe that?
Yeah, Don, and I said the actions by the White House and now using Chairman Nunes to further delay our investigation. And Don, Russia attacked our democracy, and our constituents want us to take this as seriously as they do. And what we've seen in the past few months is Michael Flynn lied to the vice president about his contacts with the Russian ambassador. Senator Sessions at the time misled his confirmation hearing about his contacts with the Russian ambassador. Donald Trump made a very deceitful claim about wiretapping by President Obama, and now the White House is inviting the chairman of the committee investigating its ties to Russia over to the White House to receive classified information, and then keeping all the other committee members in the dark. That doesn't look right to me, and I think we need to reclaim our independence as a committee.
Here's what you said about the chairman, about Chairman Nunes. Here's what he told, I should say, excuse me, Armanu Raju today.
But are you going to stay as chairman and run this investigation?
Well, why would I not? You guys need to go ask them why why these things are being said.
So can this investigation continue as you as chairman?
Well, why would it not?
Because
aren't I briefing you guys continuously?
So but they're
keeping you up to speed.
But they're saying that it cannot run as you as chair with you as chairman.
You got to go talk to them. That sounds like their problem. I don't have, my colleagues are perfectly fine. I mean, they know we're doing an investigation, and that will continue.
So he has confidence in himself. The question is, do you guys have confidence? I'm wondering what your colleagues are saying or know about this investigation.
Don, I like Chairman Nunes. I've worked well with him in the past, but for the independence and credibility of this investigation, he should recuse himself, and that's now a bipartisan call. A Republican also is calling for that this evening. But if we're going to work together on other non-Russia stuff, and a lot of what we do doesn't involve Russia, and for him to be the chairman of the committee, I think it also serves all of us well if he steps aside for the Russian investigation.
Let's talk about the canceled testimony of the former acting Attorney General Sally Yates. Both the White House and Chairman Nunes say that they did not communicate about her testimony and that they still want to hear from her. So why did the chairman cancel that hearing?
We were supposed to be, I should be here tonight reporting to you what we heard from Sally Yates and directors Clapper and Brennan. Unfortunately, that was canceled. That was supposed to be a continuation of the public hearing we had last week. No reason given, but what we do know is that Sally Yates had sought to testify, wanted to make sure that the White House wasn't going to claim a privilege, and the White House never got back to her, and actually a letter urged her to be cautious about what she said. Again, this is what you do when you don't want information in the public light, and I think the White House could be more forthcoming.
Okay, so, and plainer, you said it pretty plain there, but you think that the White House, what you're saying is the White House did not want her to testify publicly, at least, or did not want her to be heard from because it would not look good for them.
Well, Don, it's sure easy to say we want her to testify the day that the hearing is canceled. That's not what their actions were when the hearing was set up, and she had agreed to come in and was already ready to appear. So it's very convenient for them to say that now. I think we need to see and put them and try their word and have a hearing in the public and see if they allow her to do it.
Here's what your webpage shows. It's a graphic apparently connecting the dots between Trump, his advisors, and Russian interests. Given that so much is still uncertain in this investigation, I have to ask you, do you think that this is premature? And would it be better for the credibility of investigation if you wait until you heard all the evidence? Because so far nothing has been proven. I think what you said, correct me if I'm wrong, is that you have to figure out whether this is just a confluence of events or if there's a conflict here.
You know, Don, they went after what we hold most sacred, free and fair elections. And what we should do is make sure we hold any U.S. persons accountable. And right now, there are serious dots that continue to connect personal, financial, and political ties that Trump and his team had that were converging at the time of Russia's interference. And I think the American people want to better understand that, especially when so much of our work is done in a classified setting. We have put out the unclassified facts, and all we want right now is to just follow the evidence, see where it takes us, because it's in our president's interest. If these are coincidences and not a pattern to be cleared. And if they are a convergence of personal, political, and financial ties with Russia's interference, then people need to be held accountable.
Thank you very much, Congressman.
My
I
pleasure,
appreciate it. Yeah. Coming up, the White House says it made no attempt to block Sally Yates from testifying on Russia. So why was her testimony canceled?